Hey guys, I'm Chad with Peak Body, and today I'm here to talk to you about something that's probably affecting you or has at some point. You may not know it. What is that? Well, that is insulin resistance. What is insulin resistance, or what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone that's produced by your pancreas, which is used to help draw sugar out of the blood, or glucose, to store that in your body, whether it's in a fat cell or a muscle cell. And it is used as a key to unlock the cell so that it can store the glucose and or protein in the cell to help it grow. So why is that important? If your body is consuming sugar or carbohydrates that are turning into sugar, it has to know what to do with it. If it's just free circulating in your bloodstream, that is going to lead, number one, to a big storage of fat because it cannot put it into your muscle cell. And it's going to predispose you to type 2 diabetes over the long term because your pancreas cannot keep up with the amount of sugar that is in your blood. So insulin resistance is when the body develops a tolerance or cannot produce enough insulin to keep up with the blood sugar that's in your blood. What causes insulin resistance? The number one cause is obesity. It can also be genetic. It can be caused by a diet high in sugar, simple sugars, or simple carbohydrates. It can also be triggered by a sedentary lifestyle. Also chronic stress, or people that are stressed out all the time. So what are the symptoms of insulin resistance? Extreme hunger and or thirst, excessive urination, tingling in the hands or feet, or feeling that tingling sensation at different times during the day. You're feeling more tired than usual, or you feel yourself getting more and more sluggish as the day goes on, or as the days and weeks and months goes on. Also, dark patches of skin on your joints, such as your knees, your elbows, your shoulders, or at the back of your neck. And a consistent high blood sugar, or blood sugar that is in a spike over 100 or over 110 on a consistent basis. So what happens to your body when you are insulin resistant? Your pancreas is having to constantly work overtime, is the best way to look at it. It's producing and it's producing and it's producing, and it's barely keeping up with the amount of sugar that you're intaking, and has to keep working and working and working and working until finally it just can't work anymore and it gives out. And at that point, you develop type 2 diabetes. In addition to diabetes, it will also predisposition you to things like congestive heart failure or certain types of cancer, because the extra amount of glucose in your body will help fuel the production of tumors. If they're there, they feed off blood glucose. Okay, so let's say that you think you're in that camp. Can you do anything about it? Well, the good news is absolutely you can. I myself was very insulin resistant for years. As a matter of fact, I was extremely overweight, all of it fat, and it was the worst time of my life because I just couldn't lose weight. I didn't know why, until I learned about the key to handling insulin resistance. The biggest thing you can do is going to be making changes in your diet. Okay, now that could be done as something as simple as removing the amount of simple sugars or simple carbohydrates that are in your diet. Take out the sodas, take out the candy, the cake, the ice cream, take out the bread, take out the pasta, or significantly reduce it on a daily basis. Another good thing to do, and this is what I did to help me lose that initial large amount of fat that I had, was doing something temporary, such as a ketogenic diet or a carnivore diet. Now, I'm not saying advocating these diets is something that you do long-term as a lifestyle, but I am saying that they can and will help you get your insulin resistance under control to make your body become more insulin sensitive. Another great thing to do when you're battling insulin resistance is incorporate fasting. Now, what is fasting? That is complete reduction of all nutrients your body's intaking in a given amount of time. You can do this in periods of 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. Or you can do it through intermittent fasting, which is going a certain period of time during the day where you're not eating and another small portion of the day where you are eating. So what does that do? It gives your body, and especially your pancreas, a much needed break. It lets your body rest so it doesn't have to continuously work to absorb nutrients that you're uptaking. Another thing, it's very important to help with insulin resistance to increase the amount of potassium that you're uptaking. You can do this through dark leafy green vegetables. Another big component is consistent exercise. I'm a big advocate of high intensity interval training to help you fight insulin resistance, or even very strenuous weight training as well. Walking is good for you, but you really need something to get your heart rate up and going pretty fast in order to help you do this at a faster pace. You can also use medications, and I would say as a last resort, to help you with insulin resistance. And that could be through exogenous insulin that you take through injection, or a medication called metformin, which is used to help regulate the amount of glucose that's circulated in your body. There are lots of tests that you can have performed to see how prone you are to insulin resistance. And the good news is you can reverse it. You can. I've seen people that are on the verge of type 2 diabetes come all the way back from that and lead very healthy lives. I was one of those. I have a lot of friends that are as well. If you're curious for other things that can help you with insulin resistance, go to peakbody.com and check out their supplementation line of things that can assist you in becoming more insulin sensitive. We'll see you in the next video.